Should be getting close.
So much of life seems to come back to courage, doesn't it? Being willing to go one step further before you quit. One step deeper into your relationships, one step further in being faithful to yourself, to your God. What if everyone took one more step to salvage their relationship, to secure their own character, to not sell themselves short?
What a rewarding feeling.
One more step by enough of us can change the world.
Heading out to the miners' yurt to camp out for the night. It's the yurt that's furthest away from everybody and everything, so pretty excited about that. A little bit of an uphill climb, but this is what I wanted. A good test to start 2026, the year of big adventures, so let's keep it pushing. This is amazing. Never seen anything like this in my life. Last time I was nearby this area was in September of 2025 when I backpacked to Sawtooth Lake. This is my first time ever being here in wintertime, and I am just blown away. I've never even seen this much snow in my life. This is crazy. As you can see, got my pull sled behind me with all my gear, and we'll go over all that once we get to the yurt, get that wood fire going and get cozy. Shit. Oh my God. Sled's building up a lot of extra snow. Adds a little bit extra weight. I wanted to earn it. I'm definitely earning it. God, this is just amazing though. I've literally never seen anything like this. Should be getting close. They say it's about a 40-minute snowshoe. Been doing this about 30-40 minutes, so should be getting close. Snow's starting to come down now. Really think I should be at the yurt any minute now. It's getting a little trippy, not gonna lie. Alright, well, thought I got lost, thought I went too far. But I messaged my girlfriend back home on the Garmin InReach Mini, and she called the lodge for me. And I did take a wrong turn, but I didn't go off the trail on the wrong turn. So now I see the sign that says the yurt's right up ahead. That was not easy. I always get what I wish for. When I want a challenge, I get one. I prayed God to guide me. Prayed for God to be with me, and I know He is. Almost there. A few minutes away. Oh, there's the outhouse, and there's the yurt. Oh. Oh shit, there it is. Oh. Oh. Oh yeah, there's the yurt. That's home for the night. Oh, that was kind of sketchy for a minute. All right, I gotta start chopping some firewood. Get that damn fire going.
I don't know if I can properly describe how relieved I was to make it into the yurt. I think it was a combination of just being tired from the trek up and a potentially nerve-wracking situation of almost getting off trail and heading in the wrong direction. Those conditions were a little harsh, to be honest, a little bit harsher than I thought they'd be. But I know I was prepared with all the right amount of emergency gear. I had my tracking enabled on my Garmin GPS, so they were able to get my coordinates, and my family was behind me, my girlfriend was behind me, and between them and the communication with the lodge, they were able to get me back on track pretty quickly. I always know the risk and the reward from doing these types of adventures solo, and I like to think that I prepare myself as much as possible, but still, once you're out there, it can quickly go from a controlled environment situation to just you being alone in the wilderness. But at the end of the day, I'm a man of faith, and I believe that God was with me the entire time. Thanks to the lodge for cutting these small pieces of firewood. Made it easier to get this fire going. Feels good to have that fire going.
It is freezing cold in here, no joke. That was one of the most amazing, one of the most beautiful hikes I've ever done. One of the craziest adventures I've ever done. Started to panic when the snow came down, and I knew I was right where I was supposed to be approaching the yurt, and I didn't see anything in sight. And got a little sketchy. But like I said, thanks to my girlfriend, thanks to the yurt for letting me know I was in the right area. Just had to make a left instead of a right, and I got here. So I'm gonna get this fire going, gonna chop more wood. Then we're gonna get into some dry clothes and then go out and shovel off the walkway a minute, and we're just gonna chill. Then we're gonna warm up and just enjoy the night, make something to eat. Yeah, enjoy the peacefulness. Yeah, it is freezing. Just shuffled off the deck a little bit and snow's coming down pretty good. Got the wood fire stove going. Get my ass back inside, getting some dry clothes and make some coffee and some food and keep feeding that fire. This is definitely cold, but I got the wood fire cranking. It's starting to warm up in here. What an adventure. What an adventure so far. That's what I wanted, and that's what I got. Had some moments there where I thought like, shit, I went too far. I can't find the yurt. Snow's coming down. I'm towing that heavy sled behind me. Definitely got to invest in some lightweight, higher quality gear. So far it's done the job. And once I get some coffee in me right now and get some food in me, then I'll give you guys a little tour of the yurt, show you what I'm working with, and show you all the gear I brought, emergency supplies and food and all that. I was gonna fly the drone outside. I brought the drone with me, but snow's falling, it's freezing cold, and I need to warm up. I got both pairs of my wool socks on right now because my feet are that cold. I got some dry base layers top and bottom on. I got sweatpants and a long sleeve shirt and a beanie, as you can see. But before I get into anything else about the video, about why I'm here, what I'm doing here, and before I give you guys a tour and a gear breakdown and all that, I need to get some coffee and some food in me, so let's do that real quick. Got some unsweetened, unsulfured dried mangoes for the ride here. These things tasted like fish and mango together. It was super weird. I love dried fruit, but I was not the biggest fan of these. Bought some hot chocolate and a crap ton of little coffee creamers thanks to the Spring Hill Sweets in downtown Boise. Brought some biscuits and gravy from Mountain House. Got some beef stroganoff with noodles from Mountain House. Shout out to Mr. Uncut Outdoors. I'm usually a Peak Refuel guy, but he sold me. I'm trying the beef stroganoff from Mountain House tonight. That'll be for dinner tonight. There's my silverware. Got some Mountain House granola with blueberries. I love these ones. These ones are simple. Just pour it in cold water, mix it. These ones are really tasty. And I brought a couple different types of coffee with me. This one is Don Francisco's Family Reserve Hazelnut Cream. Thank you, baby. This coffee is so delicious. And this one is also Don Francisco's Family Reserve. This is blueberry. Thank you, Mom. So delicious. Right now, I think I'm gonna go for some hazelnut cream. I'm a big fan of this jet boil press system. This works really good. I like it a lot. Got plenty of extra drinking water, as I showed you earlier, so I'm gonna use the drinking water from my bottle itself. And we're gonna make I think we're gonna make a 10-ounce cup, maybe a little more. Ah, shit. Trying to quit these damn things. It's the last bad habit that I'm holding on to. I'm gonna go check the fire real quick. Oh, I'm gonna keep that bad boy cranking. All right, we're at a boil. You have no idea how excited I am for this cup of coffee. I'll put like 2 or 3 scoops of some Don Francisco's hazelnut cream. And we're gonna be using our hazelnut creamer. God, that's so good. I'm gonna mix that around real good. Stir, stir, stir. I'm gonna let that sit for a couple minutes before I press it and pour it.
It seems like I was kind of out of it right there. In all honesty, I really was. I don't know if I was just tired from the trek or if the fact that I really missed my girlfriend was settling in. I mean, this is the first big adventure since getting in a serious relationship, and this is my first serious relationship in many years, and we're head over heels for each other, and I'm really not afraid to admit that. I just couldn't help but think about her like crazy.
That's my sleep system, pretty basic. The mats that are on these cots are pretty good. Good enough anyways for one night. Got my blow-up pillow, my backpacking pillow. And this sleeping bag is a 0-degree flannel sleeping bag. It is surprisingly warm. I think if I keep the fire cranking, keep all my layers on when it's time to get to bed, then should be good to go. Gotta make sure I bundle up before bed. Stay warm. All right, well, I think it's been long enough to let this coffee steep, so I'm gonna press it, pour it, and mix in some creamer. Let's get a good shot of that. Oh yeah. Whew. Whew, that is hot. I've never been somebody who takes all the free shit from breakfast and from the rooms at hotels, but paid some good money to stay at that Spring Hill Suites in downtown Boise, and I saw these little coffee creamers. I knew this trip was coming, so I figured I'm gonna help myself to a few extras. So thank you, Spring Hill Suites in Boise. And they didn't freeze on the way here. That color looks good for me right there with 2 of them, so that's all we'll use for right now. Probably should let this chill for a minute, but it just looks so good. And it smells so good. That is freaking amazing. Coffee is so good. A little bit of hazelnut creamer. Perfect. So good. Whew, that is hot. So I'm gonna enjoy this coffee for a minute, and then I'll show you guys around the yurt, show you everything I brought, and tell you why I'm here and what I'm celebrating while I'm here. All right, well, this is the yurt that I'm staying in. This is the Miners Yurt. You rent these yurts out of Galena Lodge in Ketchum or Galena, Central Idaho. I rented this yurt for one night. Well, actually, my mom rented this yurt for me. Thank you, Mom. It was a birthday/Christmas present. My birthday was the 28th of December. If you guys didn't check out my previous video, chapter 37, I'll put a video card up here somewhere. This is the Miners Yurt. This is the one that's furthest away from everybody and everything, as you probably determined by my long, crazy trek up here. It's required that you either snowshoe or ski But I wanted to snowshoe, and as soon as I saw the description of the yurts, and this one said that it was the furthest one away from everybody and everything, in my mind I'm like, say less, I'll take it. But it usually sleeps 6 to 8 people. You can see it's got 3 of these double bunks. You could flip them up into couches like it is here. I got all my gear on this couch. We'll go over that in a minute. That's all my emergency supplies and my gear. I got this light that my mom also got me when I was down in California in October. Solar powered, has 3 different ambient settings or color settings. I already showed you guys my bed. I got all my clothes from the trek up here, drying close to the wood fire stove. Got that fire going in there. The yurt does supply crates, egg crates or cartons or whatever, stacks of newspapers, firewood, a log, and an axe. But I don't know if I'm gonna put that clip in the video, but I tried to use that axe and chop this firewood, but that firewood would not chop. So I'm gonna have to figure something out for that. But I still do have a few of these small pieces. And I did bring my own emergency fire starters, which is what I used to get this fire going, and it worked really well compared to just the newspapers and the egg cartons. You do have a little bucket for your drain, a sink. They do supply silverware and dishes and bowls, hand sanitizer and soaps and stuff, soaps, sponges. They do have glasses for you right here. There's your cooking utensils. More cooking utensils, cooking oil, matches, all that stuff. We have our coffee mugs back here. They give you a bucket for clean snow in case you're using snow for water. There's your little trays for your dishes. Let's pick up this axe that just tipped over on my foot. There's some more utensils, cooking supplies and stuff. A boiling pot right there for your snow. We have a propane griddle with all kinds of pots and coffee pots and stuff. There's your propane tanks. You got a reserve propane tank. They put a lifetime cooler in here. Up here you got some campfire fuel. Looks like they do have a first aid kit, some barbecue lighters, and this Goal Zero generator is supposed to power these solar lights. But as you can see, it only has 25%. So I'm not gonna turn on those solar lights yet. I brought my little lanterns and that light I showed you right now. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the yurt. Let's take another drink of this coffee, hold on. Oh, it's so good. All right, well, now that you've seen the yurt, let's go over all the gear I brought. So here's another battery powered lantern that I got on Amazon. Got our Rhino emergency shovel / axe, collapsible and pack some little pack there. Molly panel straps on the back. This was from my camping pillow. Emergency life straw. Down here we have a fire starter, tourniquet, some paracord, bleed stop, my Smith & Wesson knife, some windproof, weatherproof matches, an emergency blanket, emergency poncho. We have an ultralight backpack and first aid kit. Brought some yak tracks just in case, battery chargers, cables, and a headlamp. Extra GoPro batteries and GoPro Volta handle. I do have my own backpacking axe and backpacking saw in this backpack, as well as an emergency tent in there too. There's one of my extra trekking poles and my tripod. And this backpack is a 60-liter military-style backpack that I got on Amazon. I got an extra mid-layer hoodie from Colombia. Thanks, babe. Some extra gloves, my Ray-Bans, and Mr. Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 10mm with a Viridian green dot and an Invader Concepts chest holster. For my boots, I got the Cabela's Snow Runner 2.0 with that quick lace system. And those things did great. Did a really good job keeping my feet dry. And I really like that quick lace system. It worked really well. So, and then you can see my messy kitchen table with all my eating supplies. There's something else I wanted to go over real quick. So the last thing I wanted to show you that I brought is this little book here and my Dr. Grip gel pen. These are the best pens. So I've been keeping a daily journal, I guess you can call it, I don't know why I'm not embarrassed or anything like that, but just kind of shy about admitting that it's a journal. Just really been inspired by the books I've been reading by Joseph Wen, and the last 2 books I've been reading by Matthew McConaughey, and just kind of inspired me to write things down, whether it's prayers, random thoughts, daily experiences, progressions, reaffirmations. It really just kind of helps, and it's been something I've really taken a liking to, so definitely plan on doing some of that later. If you have never done it, give it a try. It's definitely a sense of relief when you write some stuff down and you get your brain working and putting pen to paper. For some reason, I don't know if it's because I'm inside the yurt, but I'm trying to text my mom, my dad, my brother, and my girlfriend, and the inReach Mini's not getting enough satellite service to send them messages, and kind of sucks. I want to be able to let them know I'm all right. I let them know that I made it to the yurt, but now that I'm in the yurt, can't get any messages to go through. I feel like that was too much water, but somehow you always put either too much water or not enough and it doesn't hydrate all the way. It's either soupy backpacking meals or crunchy backpacking meals. But it says let it sit 5 minutes. Tastes good. I'm gonna let it sit 10 minutes. I'm gonna close that back up. I'm gonna let this sit for 10 minutes. Get back to you when it's time to eat. All right, well, I think it's been long enough for this stroganoff. I think it's time to dig in. I'm pretty freaking hungry too, so hopefully it's not too soupy. Oh, perfect. Oh, that's such a relief. Perfect consistency. Oh man, anybody who eats backpacking meals or does this kind of shit knows you're either super soupy, or you're not hydrated enough. So let's hope Mr. Uncut Outdoors was right about these beef stroganoff from Mountain House. That is not bad. That is actually pretty dang good. That is a damn good backpacking meal. Good beef stroganoff right there. That is delicious. Well, no one wants to watch somebody pig out, so I'm gonna smash this beef stroganoff, drink some more water, and afterwards we'll tell you the first reason why we're celebrating something out here today and tell you why. Be right back. That was good. Definitely pretty full now. So I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. Keep feeding that fire. God, this view outside the window of the door is crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna let that food settle. Keep feeding that fire. And then we're gonna go over the first thing that I'm celebrating while I'm out here. All right, well, now that I'm nice and full, now that I got some coffee in me and some water in me and got the fire going real nice, it's nice and toasty in here, I'm gonna talk to you guys about the first thing that I'm celebrating while I'm out here. So if you've been a subscriber for a while, or if you're close to me, you know that I've been on a weight loss journey. By July 10th of 2025, I had reached 275.4 pounds. I had some serious health issues. I was unhappy. I was miserable in my own skin, and I knew I needed to make a change, and I did that. Cut out all fast food, all sugars, all sodas. I quit drinking, quit smoking cigarettes. Basically just went on a nutritional food only routine, and I started these adventures. I started this YouTube channel, started hiking, started going out backpacking, camping, and it's really helped kickstart that weight loss. And every week I tried to hike further and further and dial in my nutrition routine more and more. And now today, January 7th, 2026, I'm officially 174.8 pounds. So I've lost 100 pounds and it feels amazing. I've never felt so good in my life, physically and mentally and spiritually. Everything just feels amazing. It's a lot more weight than I planned on losing. It was a lot more weight than my goal was originally set for, but I kept going and I kept feeling better and better. So I said to myself, you know what? I'm gonna hit triple digits. It's quite an amazing feeling. I didn't think it was possible for me. I didn't want it. I didn't care about losing weight or being healthy. I thought my life was pretty much decided for me, and I just gave up mentally and physically. And once I had finally hit what I feel like was rock bottom, I made those serious changes in my life, and I truly believe that if I can do it, anybody can. Like I mentioned in all my videos, I've done some amazing adventures and pushed myself in ways I didn't know I'd be able to push myself. Just like I did today. You know, that was hard, but I knew I could do it. And if I can do this stuff, I'm a firm believer that anybody can. Just believe in yourself, stick to it, be healthy, eat healthy food, know your limits and know your surroundings and all that. Yeah, and be smart about it, but you can do it. Take the first step, make the first change, and you can do it, and you will feel 100 times better. And I know I do, and I hope everybody gets to feel this in their life. So that's the first thing we're celebrating out here. Probably should have cheers with my coffee, but I'll cheers with my water. Cheers, everybody. So tomorrow, January 8th, is another celebration, probably the biggest one of this whole grand scheme of things. We'll go over that in the morning with some coffee and some breakfast, but yeah, I'm very happy to be here, very blessed to be here. This is an incredible experience. It is exactly what I needed and exactly what I wanted to do to kick off 2026. This is the year of big adventures, and this just sets the tone for 2026. This morning I was looking at some backpacking permits for Grand Teton National Park for a 3 to 4 dayer or 2 to 3 dayer in May. And I'm really excited about that, but I do need to find a homie, an able-bodied, willing, crazy homie like me who will go with me and be some backup, but preferably it's someone I can outrun, you know, being in grizzly territory. No, I'm just kidding about that part, but yeah, hopefully I can get one of my homies to roll with me and accomplish that as my next huge goal for 2026, my next huge adventure. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for setting this up for me for my birthday and Christmas. Thank you, baby, for supporting me, and thank you for coming through clutch today with texting me back on the Garmin Messenger and calling the lodge and then texting me back, letting me know where to go, and you saved me from hiking and snowshoeing with that heavy-ass sled in the wrong direction. Thank you. I love you and I miss you. And to my brother Ryan for checking on me on the Garmin Messenger as well, and for the support and motivation. Thank you. Love you, bro. All right. Well, now that we got that happy horse shit out of the way, I'm going to keep feeding this fire. It's getting really dark in this freaking yurt because the Goal Zero solar charger only had 25% when I walked in. I pressed the button to test the power level on it, and apparently that turned it on and drained the last 25%, so there's no solar lights. But there is that campfire fuel and a lantern over there that I missed when I was showing you guys all the stuff. So I'm going to get that fired up real quick and then feed the fire, and then I think I'm going to do some riding. Finally got some stronger prescription glasses. These are Ray-Ban frames. Love that for me. Can see so much better in these things. Gotta say, I feel pretty good already. It's amazing what putting some pen to paper can do. Got a cozy fire. I'm warm. Got a cool fuel lantern that I just learned how to use and works pretty dang good, even though the solar lights aren't working. I got more than enough supplies. I'm fully prepared. My gear did not fail me. And this is peaceful. Out in the middle of the Sawtooth National Forest in a yurt, miles away from everybody and everything. In the most snow I've ever seen in my life. And I had a 31-pound backpack on my back and pulled a sled with probably 50 pounds on it too, at least. Uphill in the Sawtooth National Forest by myself to a yurt out in the middle of the snowy forest. Swear I wasn't going to get emotional in this video, but where my life was at in the middle of 2025, how beautiful the journey's been since turning my life around. As I say in every video, I have amazing family, amazing friends, And I have the most loving, supportive, involved, caring, most amazing girlfriend. I miss her like crazy. But I know exactly what she's saying right now. She's saying, snap the out of it. You're doing what you love in a place you love, and you're having an amazing experience that you deserve and you're capable of enduring. And she was wanting me enjoying myself and smiling and laughing and having a great, peaceful time. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. It's exactly what I'm going to do. Well, I just recorded an entire clip to catch everybody up on what I'm doing and what I got going on. And I didn't have my microphone on, but it was plugged in, so it didn't get any of the audio. Classic Matt. But just sitting here running this camp fuel lantern behind me. It's been working really good, but word to the wise. When it's been running for the last hour or two, don't grab the handle with your bare hand. Don't be this guy. But I put my Garmin GPS on a 10,000 milliamp hour, I think it is, battery charger, hung it outside the door. And I think that's working to get these messages out to my loved ones. I just got a couple of them that sent through. Yeah, I got enough fire chopped for the night and for the morning. Some small pieces, some medium pieces, some larger pieces. Got my boots down there, staying dry, catching some heat from the stove. Got all of our wood stacked up over there in case I need to chop more or throw a bigger log in, but those ones are pretty big. I probably won't put any of those in. Got my pants hanging right here, getting nice and toasty and dry. Got one of my base layers up there, some gloves, all my other base layers and extra dry clothes and snow clothes and all that, layers and all that, hanging up above the wood fire stove. And they are getting nice and dry. I got that light over there in the corner plugged into a 10,000 milliamp hour battery charger. I got plenty of fuel inside this lantern. I got my phone and my watch plugged into the charger. And I think I'm just gonna have a cup of hot chocolate. Thanks to the Spring Hill Sweets in Boise also. I swear I'm never that person, but hey, whatever. Yeah, just might have some hot chocolate. Dinner was great, and did some writing. Felt a lot better once I did, and feel good. It's warm and cozy in here. It's a little smoky, so I might crack the door again, but sitting here reflecting, this has been a beautiful experience. Highs and lows. Just so excited and so blown away when I was driving in. And when I first started the snowshoe trek, the deeper it went, the more I felt good and prepared and confident. Then it got to a point where I was like, okay, I should be there by now, you know, timing, and then not having good GPS signal for the satellite messages, and then going uphill and wondering if I took a wrong turn. This trail is not on any hiking or backcountry apps that I use anyways, but they showed me on paper what the trail looked like when I checked in, but they didn't give me a paper trail map to take with me. That was a little challenging. It was a little scary at some point, but thank you to my amazing girlfriend and family for staying tuned in. And my girlfriend called the lodge and told them exactly where I was at. They gave me step-by-step instructions how to keep on the right trail, and I made it. I'm here, and this is peaceful. It's amazing. It's a little scary sometimes, not gonna lie, when you look out the window into a pitch black snowy forest, but it's an amazing experience. I'm extremely happy and grateful, but you could see in my eyes I am freaking tired, so I think it's time to make some hot chocolate and go to bed. So I'll catch up with you guys in the morning. I love you guys. If you've been watching to this point, thank you all. I hope this has been a good video. I hope I'm putting together a nice experience for you guys as well. So good night, everybody. I love you. I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning, everybody. Sitting here with my cup of blueberry flavored Don Francisco's, some French vanilla creamer, and it tastes absolutely amazing.
That's a hell of a combination right there. Well, it's 6:05 a.m. I got everything charged up last night. I woke up every couple hours when it got a little cold in the yurt, and I had to get the fire going again, or just get it fed. So it got warm in here again really quick once I did that. But I kind of figured that'd be the situation coming into this, was sleep for a few hours, get up, feed the fire, sleep for a few hours, get up, feed the fire. I ended up putting my hoodie on, putting some layers on, my snow boots, and going outside to relieve myself. I just had to take a piss in the morning time, because usually by this time I'm up and at it at work and doing my routine, you know what I'm saying? But it was really pretty, really trippy. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't a little scary at times, just because, you know, you're out here, central Idaho, wildlife all around, and it's freezing temps. I think they said it was 12 degrees, feels like 2 degrees, so it's a little trippy in the pitch black in the forest, you know, but my headlamp is super bright. I got it at REI. I forget what brand, it starts with a P or something like that, but really awesome headlamp. Yeah, just decided to come in and sweep and clean a bunch of shit up, because I'm a creature of habit, like I always say. Did some writing in my book, my journal, and went over what I have to pack and how much water I have left. So I think once the sun comes up, I'll go collect some snow in the coffee pot and boil that for 10 minutes, let it cool down, and refill my Nalgene water so that I have a full bottle for the trek back. Thinking about this trek back, in my head, I'm replaying the scenario on the way here. Did I start to panic? Yes, a little bit. Only because it had been like an hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes, and it's only a 45-minute trek according to the lodge. After about 20 minutes of the initial, holy shit, this is cool, it's a controlled environment, this looks beautiful, you get out there, you get deep into the forest, and then, of course, like I mentioned, my yurt is the furthest thing from everybody and everything, and that's why I wanted this yurt. You start getting out there and you start thinking like, okay, well, it's been about 45 minutes, should be there soon. Then you're dragging that sled uphill, collecting all kinds of snow, and it's getting heavier. Then you start going uphill, you're staying on the right track, and then you come to a split, and it's been an hour and 20 minutes or so, hour and a half, and the holy shit factor settles in, and you're like, okay, I feel like I should be there by now. I don't want to panic, but snowfall's coming, visibility's going gray. So it was a little nerve-wracking, and luckily I didn't go more than like 20 feet further than that fork. My Garmin allowed me to send messages, thank God. The service for the satellite was good enough. To Bianca, I told her, don't panic, stay calm, just call the lodge. This is where it's at. Let them know this is where I'm going, and I feel like I should be there, and make sure I'm on the right track. Just that way they know someone's out there trekking far away and potentially could be going the wrong direction. And she did. She got the messages quickly, which was awesome. She replied quickly. The lodge answered and said, go left, don't go right. So I turned back around, collected a crap ton more snow on my sled, and I got on the right track, and within 15 minutes I was at the yurt. So now in my head, I'm replaying over and over the way here, so I know for the way back. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy. I'm going to say it should be easier, because up here, on the way here, it was all uphill. The way back is going to be mostly all downhill. It's still a longer trek than what I anticipated, but as long as the weather's not crazy, as long as it's not anything I can't handle, which I don't think it is, I don't think it will be. It should be a smooth trek back, a very rewarding trek back. I'll go check out with the lodge, and I may end up having some lunch at the lodge itself. They have a little restaurant and stuff inside the lodge, but depends on how many people are there. I'm working on my social skills and trying to be more social, trying to be more outgoing like that, like I used to be, but it's a long road ahead. Yeah, so I'm just gonna drink this coffee and sit here and tend to this fire and do a little more reflecting. And then when it's time to have some breakfast, we'll check back in. See you then. Whew, it is cold. Says it's 12 degrees and feels like 1. I believe it. God, this is insane. Well, I'm gonna go find the green snow area, fill up my pot so I could wash my jet boil and restock my Nalgene water bottle. Brought the axe because I'm gonna chop some wood to replace the wood I used. I don't know if they really stress on that too much, but it's in the checklist, so I gotta do it. But it's about 8:30, so time to get a move on it. Time to start cleaning, getting all the checklists done for checkout, and shovel off the deck and start packing and get ready to head back. They do have a map for the snowshoe trail
inside the yurt. Didn't give you one when you checked in, but that's all right. They were really informative and helpful and responsive, and I got to give a lot of credit to the lodge. It's a lot of freaking snow. I've never seen this much snow in my life. These trees and everything, the mountains in the background, the peaks. Holy shit. But it is pretty dang cold. Might have to throw a second base layer on the bottom when I start the trek back. God, do I have to go through the snowshoe trail to get to it? I think I do. Oh, hell. All right, I'm gonna go down the ski trail because I don't feel like going through all this stuff right here. It's marked over there. I think I might just get it from somewhere right there along the ski trail. Either way, I'm gonna boil it for a good 10 minutes. God, this is insane looking. I cannot believe this. So when boiling snow, you really want to pack it in there because a lot of snow doesn't go a long way when you boil it and melt it down. All right, let's get back inside, boil this snow. I'll probably shovel the deck right before I leave, start packing the gear up. It is crazy. I've always loved being alone in the outdoors. The deeper in the outdoors, the better, but when it's all deep in a forest like this, covered in snow, it gets a little trippy. Not gonna lie. All right.
So we got our firewood restocked. I left some extra kindling on top of the newspapers and egg crates. There's your gloves. Got a couple more pieces there. Some chopped pieces. But they really supply everything. I mean, refilled the fuel in the lantern. The lighters didn't work, but oh well. Replaced the little mantle wick things just because. Why not? I mean, you got literally everything you could need. Down in here, they have trash bags, toilet paper, all that. They ask that you spray sanitizer spray on everything that you used and touched, which some of it does seem a little excessive, but that's what they ask. That's what I'm gonna do. You can see how much this snow is melting already. That's why I say pack it in tight. So as always, even though I always want to spend every last minute possible in these types of situations, I always end up needing to stay busy and cleaning and packing and getting everything done super early. I don't know, just a creature of habit. Just like to stay busy and stay moving and getting shit done.
All right, so the propane's off, lantern's obviously off, refueled, re-wicked and all that. Emptied out and cleaned out the pots and pans. Didn't touch any of this stuff here. Everything's back the way it was. Sprayed everything down with sanitizer. As I said before, restocked wood. Left a bunch of kindling chopped in there. Left some smaller pieces of wood. I have shut the vent on the wood fire stove and made sure it was all the way out. Nothing left on the beds. Nothing left up top. I think we're good to go. It's really cold out there and it's kind of windy, so I'm extra bundled up today. I like this balaclava and beanie combo because it keeps me warm and keeps those huge metal holes in my ears nice and warm. So I'm gonna get these snow boots on, get the sled laid out, fill it up, strap on these snowshoes and start this trek back down. And I'm gonna send a check-in message to my family real quick too. Almost forgot. Snow's definitely a lot deeper than it was yesterday. Oh my God, this is insane. All right, here we go. Glad this is a quicker trek back than the way up. Mostly all downhill. But it is way colder today than it was yesterday. It's holy shit, the wind's blowing all the snow off the trees. Oh, oh shit. Whew. And I'm still cold even with all that shit on. Even my hands are cold. This is insane. I'm gonna keep my ass moving. Oh, all the snow falling off the trees, making it a little hard to see. All the while sliding downhill. Oh my God. Woo! 2026, baby. The year of big adventures. Look at all that snow. Oh yeah. Just gotta stay moving, stay warm. That is insane. I know the video won't do it justice with that peak up there. I don't know if that's Galena Peak or if that's one of the other ones. That is so much snow. Alright, we're making good progress. Gotta make some progress while the wind's not blowing. Damn. It's blowing right at me. What a rewarding feeling. Oh, I'm not sure the exact distance, I'll have to double check, but I think it was probably 2.5 kilometers. However many that is for miles. However many miles that is in American. Oh, and I did it. I did it. What a way to kick off 2026. Holy shit. Oh man, this might tie the sawtooth for the most amazing thing I've ever done. Holy shit. That was well worth it. Well worth the journey, well worth the experience. Some of the most amazing things I've ever seen in my life as far as landscapes and views. Oh, and that sets the tone for me for 2026. I wanted a challenge and I got it. I'm gonna unload all this gear, go drop the sled off at the lodge. Oh man, first things first, I need another cup of coffee. Well, it's a bittersweet feeling being back around civilization, but I'm ready for a hot shower, warm cup of coffee, and a real meal. Let's go turn this sled in. Let's get out of here. I hope 2026 brings everybody all the blessings they could ever ask for and more. Test yourself, push yourself, be prepared, and great things can happen. I love you all and thank you all for joining me on this journey. I'll see you on the next adventure.
Well, if you made it this far, I can't thank you enough for sticking around and watching. This was one hell of a journey, a roller coaster of emotions, highs and lows, but it was well worth every single minute of it. Love you all and thank you again.